Boom. I think that means we're live. I still have a long way to go to become an expert at this live streaming thing. But you know what it's all about? It's all about how much you do it, right? The more you live stream, the better you get. What's the quality look like? Not the best. That's good enough. Okay. Had to switch it over to 1080p. All right, let's bring up the chat. We posted this on Twitter. Now I just need to find where the chat has snuck off to. There it is. Okay, let's test the chat out. All right, there it is. Cool. Here we are in Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. I defeated this tricky beast that was hiding in here. It looked basically like an urn, then came running at me with a head and tongue sticking out, and it liked to do the flailing attack. Reminded me quite a bit of the Dark Souls 2 style flailing attacks. Got a lot of thoughts on this game, but I'm going to try to wait a bit and get used to it just a bit more. Let's turn the volume down. Oh, I dodged while turning the volume down. All right, so one thing I've noticed is some of the fighting, some of the battles are extremely, let me go ahead and move this. Some of the battles are quite easy. Some of the enemies are quite easy. Others, on the other hand, are extremely difficult, and it doesn't seem to be very consistent. My frame rate counter doesn't seem to be working at the moment, and while running OBS, this is not playing at the best frame rate. Lots of people blasting this game for bad performance. I do have to say the performance is not great. I'm going to lock it to 90. I don't know if that's going to help, but we'll try that. Oh, that didn't help. That made it worse. Let's keep it at unlimited, but go into this, and you either have to use DLSS or TSR. Apparently, there's no way to get around some sort of upscaler. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that. I hit a button by mistake. I think DLSS ends up looking better. I'd rather have just straight rasterization, but you know, whatever. Oh, frame gen ×2. Anti-aliasing, we got set to high and all that jazz. Well, oh, extreme is better than ultra? How would I know that? Let's go ahead and turn some of this down and see if that helps out. And then I turned on a little bit of frame gen, though I think I might turn that off. I'm just not a frame gen fan. Sometimes it's not so bad, like if there's a lot of movement on the screen and you're not really paying attention too much and you're not sensitive to that ghosting or smearing effect. It's not bad. It can work. It can work. But as a general rule, I prefer straight rasterization. No trickery. I don't want there to be any frame gen. I don't want there to be any upscaling. Went the wrong way. All right. It does appear that the only way to run is to dash, then hold the dash button. I haven't found another way to do it, which is kind of annoying because then you have to do like the claw grip to move the camera. Unless I map the dash button to one of the back paddles, which I've done before. However, I've uninstalled the Razer software, so maybe I should look into like a third-party utility to remap the buttons on this thing, because the Razer software is a tournament edition, which means they don't let you do certain things with this controller that you wouldn't be allowed to do in a tournament. One thing I'd love to do in Stellar Blade is to map the M key to the back here, so I can bring up the map immediately without going into the menus. This is the first major boss of the game. I did actually fight like 2 bosses before this, but they were pretty much, one was a tutorial boss and the other was super easy. All right, I'm not super skilled with this weapon, so whoop, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, I'm used to playing a game where you use the face buttons. Wasted a heal. Oh, I got stuck in a combo there. Oh my goodness, if I do 2 attacks in a row, oh, each attack I do takes multiple swipes. Even if I hit our right bumper just once, it does multiple swipes. You get points, which I think are called like sky something points or whatnot for properly dodging, like dodging just in time. You'll see a little blue thingy, and that gives you the ability to cast spells and do some other things. All right, I burnt through those 2 points. There, I got another one. It's way too easy to get your butt kicked in this game, let me say that. It's definitely not too easy. No one's going to claim this game is too easy. Oh, bad timing on my dodge. Hey, I'm still getting used to this, guys. Oh, and just like that, I'm dead. It's called fallen feathers because you fall a lot, and she has the feathering disease. Today's drink of choice is Zevia caffeine-free cola. Nothing against caffeine. I love caffeine. I think it's an amazing, not nutrient, but supplement to take. It has a lot of benefits. However, I've had plenty today already, so I don't need any more. Especially this late in the day. Oh. Yeah, that's going to take a while to get used to, that hitting RB attacks twice. I don't like that, but maybe that's just unique to this weapon. And if you hold the right trigger, she does this multi-hit combo, which I imagine... Let me go start over again here because I already lost half my health bar before getting to the boss. If you start a big long combo like that, I imagine a lot of bosses are not going to get staggered by it. And basically, you're just going to get your butt kicked while doing this 5-point hit combo. So this sword is the Dark Frost Edge. I also have a halberd, which I mistook for an axe. This does a good amount of damage, and it has a high ability to stagger or stun lock enemies. And it does that to enemies, allowing me to go... Oh, I missed it. Oh, come on now. Look at all that damage I took from that one hit. You see how crazy this is? I will say, movement... wouldn't describe as janky. I would just describe the basic controls and movement as a little stiff. If you think back to the days of Dark Souls, at the time that felt fine, it felt normal. But as we moved from that into Dark Souls 2, where I felt like the movement was worse for being floaty, but technically gave you more options in some ways. Then we went to Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne as well, where we actually saw much faster, swifter, more varied movement. Elden Ring, all that stuff where you can move fast, you can jump in Elden Ring, you can dash, you can do all sorts of things. And if you go back and play Demon Souls or Dark Souls, it does feel a little bit limiting in what you can do. Boy, that has quite the wind up. Oh, bad time to scratch my face there. Uh-oh. Oh, I got him. Okay. If you charge up an attack and hit him from behind, you get this special move, like a visceral type attack. It's not as easy as it seems. Okay, that does stagger him quite a bit. But he comes out of the stagger so quickly and attacks so fast that I often feel like I can't dodge it. Okay, I dodged early on the first try. He sure is missing a lot. Oh, come on. How did I miss it? It barely even gave me time to try to hit him. I was still in the middle of my animation when he was getting up. He's wearing a mask, too. Oh, that counted. Okay. Alright, if you're going to do that, I'm going to shoot you with my magic ability. Maybe I should just dodge him and then shoot magic. Dodge and shoot magic. I think he's gonna, like, throw some fire at me. Okay. I guess that doesn't actually hurt you. I thought it did, but it didn't seem to. That, I don't know what that does. He just becomes a human firework. Human fireworks. Well, that didn't count as a perfect dodge or whatever they call it in this game. That did. Oh, no, it didn't. Did it? No. I didn't either. Okay, that counted as getting hit. I'm trying to learn his maneuvers, and I accidentally changed my weapon there. Oh yeah. Doesn't do as much damage as I'd like it to. I wonder if I can upgrade. I haven't figured that out yet. I upgraded my health potion. Found a little item to do that. You do it at those bonfire type little shrines. What's it gonna do now? Shoot fire? Yep. It seems to be fairly effective to just keep distance. Uh-oh, he's gonna blow fire. I'll hit him with my magic blueness. I like it. He yelled, hold still. Oh, why would I hold still? You're trying to kill me, dude. Maybe I should use the spear on this guy. He moves a little too quick for the wind-up on the axe. Oh, I got it, finally. I had to mash that button before my animation finished. Okay, it doesn't let you chain them together, so you can't stun lock them to the ground. That's actually good. That would be a very cheesy way to... Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button there. Oh, I thought for sure he had me there. Terrible dodge on my part, but it still worked. It's like I can only stack 2 of those at once. I have 3 petals down there that light up, but I can only end up casting 2 spells at once. So when he does that, I just get away, and then it's like, no problem. I don't know what that does, honestly. It looks cool, but it doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't seem to hurt me. Oh. I deviated from the pattern. There seems possibly to be a way to kind of like cheese him a bit. And he does a lot of attacking when I'm not even near him. So it looks like this game might be easy to cheese the AI. Oh, got a point for that one. Even though it didn't look like I was close enough. I should have to be close enough that it would actually connect as a hit to get credit for that. But I'll take credit wherever I can get. Oh, took one right to the face, which is exactly what she said. Nope, I'm not getting any points for these. Come on, I want to cast my spells at this dude. I have some throwables, but I don't have time to equip them right now. Should I use my last... Yeah, let's use this last little healing bunny buns. Got it. Oh, shoot. Bad timing on my part. Got another one. So that's one way to cheese them. Just learn how to dodge. Dodge in time, and then shoot them. Oh, yeah, there we go. That was my 4th time fighting him, by the way. I fought him twice off camera. And this is from, like, the last time I died. So, there we go. Get my souls back, whatever they call them in this game. There are different outfits. You can transmogrify your outfits, which is actually really cool. Because what that means is that, oh, look at this. Tempering. Equip onto your item hotbar and use to endow your current weapon with special effects. You can insert different bone needles and stone needles from within the temperance menu, thereby changing what types of temper effects you gain. Bone needles for activating your temperance unlocks your weapon's hidden potential. For much greater offensive potential, temper effects are dictated by your weapon's traits. I will say this, they do a lot of explaining in text. I'm not sure the text explanation entirely makes sense. Like, they explain it, but I don't always walk away thinking I know what the heck they're talking about. Let's go back. Okay, so what can we do now? Acupoint. Is that like acupuncture? Alright, temper available is your current weapon in bone needle. So what does this do? Fire? It adds fire? Well, what if I want it on the other one? What if I want to put it on my axe? How do I switch weapons? Why? Okay, what if I put it... Nope. Okay, so you have to put it in that specific spot. It's an acupuncture point. So you're actually performing acupuncture on yourself to enhance your abilities. I have not had acupuncture. I've had dry needling, which is where they stick the needles in you, and they're basically electric probes, I think they're called, and they send a little bit of electricity into your muscles, and it makes your muscle spasm. It's supposed to help with relaxing muscles and pain and whatnot. All right, let's do it. I don't know if I can take it out now that it's in. Can I pull it out once I put it in? All right. Hey, if you're out there in the chat, say hi. I love hearing from all of you, even though there may only be one person here, me. But you know what? When you're new to this thing, you gotta start somewhere. And where do you start? You start by watching your own stream while you stream. A lot of Chinese terms in here. That's to be expected. The memorial tablet of my wife, Fang Xiaoyan. I will do my best to pronounce some of this. Some of it I know, but I know very little Chinese. Very little Chinese. And my pronunciation is not great. I know how to pronounce a few things, and that's about it. All right, so I don't know what that does. It just stays there. Can I knock that down? No, maybe not. But yeah, check it out. Here's the outfits. This is the second outfit. Not bad, huh? You got some jiggle physics, guys. Jiggle physics. I know a lot of people bitch and moan about that, and by people I mean anti-gamers, not real gamers. If you don't like jiggle physics, I get it. I actually would be cool if they had a feature, an option to turn jiggle physics off or to turn them on, or even have different settings. That way people can kind of customize the experience to what they want. It doesn't really hurt anything to have them on, obviously. It's just a visual thing. You don't have to be looking at your character. However, if you want to, say, wear this outfit because it has better defense, but you want it to look like the other outfit, then when you go, you can click Y for alter equipment, and you can make it look like whatever other outfit you want. So now I'm wearing that other outfit you saw, technically wearing that one, but it looks like this one. So I love that feature because you're able to look the way you want and have the stats that you want. Now, the problem we run into is some of these outfits cover some of the more interesting aspects. For example, I think, let's see. Oh yeah, I'd have to, okay. So, yeah, there we go. What do you think of that, gentlemen? Now, I will say she doesn't look as realistic or move as smoothly and fluidly as Eve and Stellar Blade, but that's kind of an unfair comparison because so much effort was put in by the developers to make Eve look incredible. And what I'd like to do is transmogrify to be able to just look like this while wearing armor, but you know, whatever. You know, even Stellar Blade was the result of a lot of very dedicated, very skillful work. So what do I do now? That's the end of this? Did I get something? I hope so. This is one of those games where you think like you're progressing and you basically kind of hit like a dead end. So then you're like, well, wait, I thought I was supposed to go this way. So then you have to go another way, and then that way's a dead end, or maybe it just ends with an item, and then you go to a different way, and blah, 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 and you know how it works. You got to keep looking for the actual way to go. It is not the way. Okay, so I guess we'll go back. I didn't see a way to go forward. You must go back to move forward. Wax on, wax off. Thank you, Mr. Miyagi. That's very wise statements there. Okay. Oh, hit the wrong button. Sorry, I'm just used to other games right now, guys. Getting used to these new controls. All right, here we go. Equip onto your item hotbar and use to endow your current weapon with special effects. Yeah, didn't we already do that? I guess we did already. Okay. So it's really filling this out. Discipline remains grayed out because I don't have any discipline. I'm going to rage quit. So apparently you can increase your madness level to get some items, but your madness level essentially makes things harder. Not the right things, if you know what I mean. All right, let's see. We got no red mercury essence. So you collect whatever that is in the corner up there. I have 2,778 right now. But that's not the red mercury essence. That's like just whatever it is. I'm not even sure at the moment. Let's see what it's called. What is it called? My inner demon is 24 out of 104. That phrase, I'm not a big fan of that phrase, inner demon. It's used by a lot of lefty woketards who talk about how, oh, I'm struggling with my inner demons. That's their way of saying that they have mental health issues and they're just going to be crazy. And you're supposed to just let them be crazy and tolerate it. What? I don't know what they're called. But there's that red mercury up there. And then there's red mercury essence, almost like a consumable used to upgrade. And I think you can, let's see, return to the location where you last entered the dream while also empowering you. Interesting. Temperance, okay. So some of these items are usable, some are not. Used for mana potency node in the impetus project. Increases the charges of your mana base. Oh, I need to use that. Capable of upgrading a weapon's mastery +3 from within the impetus repository. A golden shard from the Master of Shoes statue possessing the power to dispel some of one's madness. So you would use that on any like super left-wing chick that you think is hot that you want to date. You would put that on her, take some of the craziness out of her. Let's go ahead and see what we can upgrade here, guys. All right, so this game, I really do feel like it was way overstated and sort of overemphasized the sex appeal factor. I'm not seeing a lot of it, really. And, you know, the camera angles don't emphasize it. The outfits so far cover most of her. So far, it just looks like cleavage as long as you're wearing at least one of the outfits. So I think that was a bit exaggerated. Mana base charges +1. Thank you. So I guess in here, we need to use a red mercury essence, but that's a costs forgotten remembrance and use red mercury essence. Okay. So this is kind of complex at first because there are a lot of different resources to upgrade your different stuffs here. But look at this. So I've already put a point into this vitality, but apparently now I can gain 3 red mercury essence and I can go from level 7 to level 10 for 2,433, but I don't really know. So where would I don't see that here though. So is that leveling up? Refine mercury red essence. Oops, should I have done that? Let's refine red mercury essence. Gain 3 red mercury essence. Okay, so you can apparently just click anywhere in here and it levels you up. It has nothing to do with what you're clicked on apparently, which is very confusing. See? It's telling me the same thing on all of these. Even on the ones that are grayed out. Look at this. That's gotta be an oversight. Why would I be able to click this thing at the end here that I don't have materials for, that's way past what I can currently unlock? All right, let's try to upgrade my weapon first. So, is the weapon upgraded in here? I don't see where to upgrade the weapon. Do we upgrade weapons in the warehouse? Cloud Frost Edge. No, this is just where we store stuff. Teleport. We'll enter the dream. That's basically the equivalent of resting at the bonfire. Restores the enemies, also restores your health and your uses of the mana flask. Then it kicks you out of the menu, so you have to go back in if you want to do anything else. Let's take a look what we got here. Benediction. That's a... oh, you can assign, like, this special item to your weapon. Skyborn Might reduces damage taken for a while. Doesn't tell you how much. It's a mystery. How much does it reduce it? A lot? A little? None at all? 10%? 5%? 20%? 50%? I don't know. So, so where do we go to upgrade this weapon? You can upgrade like weapon attacks, but I guess you can't directly upgrade a weapon. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to refine the red mercury, which I guess is the equivalent of leveling up. And then you get the red mercury essence, so then you can unlock more of these things. While at above 50% madness. Oh, I hate abilities like that, where there's all these conditions on when it applies. I do like basic, just passive bonuses. I don't want these things like, oh, when your health is below this, you do this, or when your madness level reaches whatever percentage, then this takes effect. All right, that's for the spear. That's for the longsword. This is for the axe, which I've been speccing into thus far. Although speccing into the axe line also increases things like health and endurance. That, I already have that one. I guess endurance, because, you know, more stamina is going to help, right? Grants slightly increased attack speed when launching light axe attacks at a certain pace. Well, what does that mean, a certain pace? What pace? You have to tell me. Spin red feathers to... Oh, so I got to spec all the way up here to spin the red feathers. All right, I'll do it. And not only do you need to use a red mercury essence, you also need to use the equivalent or the relevant item, in this case, faint red feathers. Okay, so mastery of current axes +1. Increases your endurance by 1. Costs 1 red mercury essence. Endurance increases your maximum stamina, attacking and dodging. Okay. What does this increase? Blocking attacks cost less stamina. I'm not a fan of blocking in this, though, because the blocking still results in you taking damage. I have not figured out how to parry. It may be locked to a certain weapon. You have some additional moves on the left trigger and left bumper, but they're dependent on your weapon. So not all weapons appear to have a block, and I haven't figured out if there is a parry or how to use it. Oh, I could... See, I can't get there yet. Oh, I can consume 1 stack of Skyborn Might to quickly strike with charged heavy attacks. That sounds good, actually. The biggest limitation on that axe is how long it takes. Okay, the only problem I'm running into now is I don't know how or where I should go. Maybe I got that key. I think I can go use this key. Let's check it out. Some Lightshen key? Lightshen? Is maybe how it's pronounced? I don't know. Even these regular enemies can kill you guys. You gotta be careful. Watch. Oh yeah, that worked. I can tell the difference in damage I'm doing. Sound effects are pretty good. They do come off just a bit muffled, but not a big deal. We're gonna get this guy hiding around the corner here. Nice try, buddy, but I saw you before you saw me. Look at him. He's just gonna chill there against the door, or the wall rather. He's just... How's that? Oh man, he's on his tippy toes. He's bending over backwards. He's moving a little. Do you think he's gonna fall eventually? Can I move him? Nope. You just phase through him. So, woo, boy. Now, I get it why you would just phase through him, like, but at least in like Dark Souls and whatnot, you got the Havoc engine, the ragdoll physics. This does feel cheap to see it like that. The game does feel like it maybe needed a little more polish, especially the optimization. It's not very well optimized, guys. It's not. A lot of people complaining about the optimization of this game, or lack thereof, really. Ah, we have it. Lightshen key. I'm pretending to know how to pronounce Chinese, because why not? It's one of those games where I'm going to take a moment to vape or something and then get ambushed. By the way, excuse me, you can't jump. I saw this little ledge, and it fell about maybe 5-6 feet, looked like 5-6 feet in the game world, and lands in an ankle-deep brook of water. So I went off the edge to go down to the little brook and explore down there, died instantly. It was instant death. Oh, look at this. Is this like a reward? Like you... Oh, it's a crystal lizard. I should have known. I didn't know. Maybe I can come back and do it again. Hey, let's check this out. We have a budding red mercury. Sounds like a good... Oh, okay. So, movement in the game is okay, but the way you kind of collide with stuff and the way you're limited by the environment does feel a little off at times.
Impressive skills. I didn't even hear you approach. Judging by your attire, I take it you're not from around these parts.
They made no attempt to get actors to sound Chinese while speaking English, which is fine. News from nearby. Oh, we're gonna skip this. Excuse me, guys. Dry throat. Oh! I got a bone missile. And a gesture. Oh, is this NPC summons? I think this is NPC summons, guys. That's cool if you can actually summon NPCs to help you. I'm pretty sure there's no multiplayer in this. I haven't heard anything about it. Child in the jar. I mean, the jar's on the child's head. I wouldn't say the entire child's in the jar. Oh, I can now draw a circle. I have a gesture to draw a circle. Maybe there is an online component, because why else would we have all these gestures? Just to take, like, screenshots and post online? If you look at her as a character, she does look kind of just, like, simple. I would say she almost looks like an up-resed, upscaled PlayStation, like, really good-looking PlayStation 2 game. Some people said that this is one of the most amazing-looking games they've ever seen. I heard somebody say that in a YouTube video. No idea what the hell he's talking about. Not bad, but this is not the level I was expecting at all. Her skin looks very just kind of flat. It doesn't have any unique detail anywhere that I can see. Gives her almost like a mannequin look. Like the look on her face, she kind of looks like a mannequin. Not terrible, but not great. Oh, he's dead. Fortunately, you can break stuff, but not all stuff. Not everything breaks. You can dash through stuff to break it, which I always appreciate, not having to attack everything to get through it. Oh, got that one in 2 shots, but the other one took 3. I don't know if there's a difference in how, like... I gotta see if there are combos based on how quickly you tap the button, or... If you alternate between light and heavy. Do you prefer it light, or do you prefer it heavy? Alright, so there's a guy in there to my right. Is there someone hiding behind... Oh, yep, there's one there. Like, you come to expect this from Souls-style games by this point. Dang, this guy's got a lot of health. Whoa! Oh, come on. I got credit for dodging, and he still got me. Did you see me get credit for dodging him? And then he still got me. This is just a personal thing of mine, not a comment on the quality of the game. But I do really hate when Souls-likes have those enemies that rush you down and then grab you and then do some animation. They rush at you and they're like, nah, 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 let me eat you for, you know, 12 seconds while your health just have them take like a bite and take all my health off. I don't need to sit there and watch this long animation while I have 0 control over my character. Oh, is that somebody's head up there? All right, now we can walk on the roof. Flying dagger. Is the dagger always flying, or do you have to make it fly? Like, you have to throw it to make it fly, right? Can I break through this? The answer is no. At least not yet. I'm pretty sure we'll never be able to break through that. Anything hidden behind the house? Nope. I guess we'll go down here. I haven't seen any shortcuts yet. I mean, I did unlock a ladder at one point, but the ladder I unlocked took me on a new path. I didn't see it, like, connecting anything, so I don't think it counted as a shortcut. Well, I'm just back where I started. Don't always have the best sense of where to go in these style games. Actually, is this another one of those cases where you feel like you're at a dead end? Wasn't I just talking about that? I guess we'll go this way. There are a lot of paths to take that go on for a bit and then just dead end with items and enemies. That's a great name. Items and enemies. That could be a name for a video game podcast. I am still debating what to name my future video game podcast. It'll usually just be me. I hate trying to coordinate with other people because I got a lot of other things going on, and you know, it's not always easy to coordinate with people. I do have one friend I would like to bring on as a guest occasionally, and he said he's probably down for it. He was talking about doing an unrelated podcast with some of his friends, which they talk about things like movies and sports and all that in games, but I care nothing for sports, nothing whatsoever, do not care. They could literally eliminate all professional sports from the world, and I wouldn't give a shit. Movies I occasionally watch, but I'm not like a movie guy. You know what I mean? I'll watch a movie if I think it'll be good, but I don't give a shit about these Marvel movies, these superhero movies, these Star Wars movies. None of them interest me in the least. Last movie I went to see was, what was it? Jurassic World only, because it was for the kids. I went with a friend who also had kids going. I thought it was, it was a one-time throwaway experience movie. I would never have watched it if it weren't for taking the kids. I wouldn't recommend it. It wasn't terrible. But they're just, you know. Jurassic Park is done. Okay. Well, now we know the rule that they always tell you in World of Warcraft. Don't stand in the fire. Look, how was I supposed to know that that fire was fatal and it was meant to tell you not to take the path at all? There was an area where there was no immediate fire, so I thought, okay, I'll go around the flames. Nope. And apparently you don't lose all your mercury points, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what everything's called in this, guys, okay? I'm not a Wuchang expert. I am playing this on PC Game Pass, which is Xbox Game Pass, but on PC. I'm glad I am, because, gotta be honest, guys, I don't remember how much they charge for this. Oh, that should be a shortcut, although I don't see any way to activate it, like to put a bridge there, unless you do it magically. If you're in the chat, sound out, just say hi, say something. I'd love to hear from you. God, it's one of those fucking bullshit games where all of your attacks have this long wind-up, so the thing you're trying to hit runs away from you. I hate when they do that. If I have to chase after something to hit it, don't have my character stop dead in her tracks and take 5 seconds to wind up an attack, because the thing I'm chasing is long gone by then. Maybe I'll just throw a flying dagger at it. Flying dagger, crouching bullshit. Definitely don't think this is a must-buy by any means at this point. I need to play more, obviously, to see if it grows on me, but so far, I'm not convinced I'm even going to finish it. Glad I didn't buy it so far. But, don't just take my word for it. because there are some people who really like it. I watched a video from a guy who got a free copy, and I trust him. I don't think he would lie. He really enjoyed it. He thought it was amazing. By no means bad so far. It just feels like it has some limitations. I feel like this would have been a much better game and received better if it had come out like 2016 to 2020. But now that we're in 2025, we have so many other Souls-likes that play a lot smoother. They play a little faster. I do feel like it's just kind of slow at times. Don't know why these guys are here with like no health. Am I supposed to kill them? I don't know. But basically, I have a rule in Souls games. If I can lock onto it, it's hostile. And I'm going to kill it. Alright, so this is where I was when I died to the fire. So at least I can get my whatever the hell it's called back. Also, she doesn't perform like a lot of animations necessarily. It's kind of like the old style of when she picks up an item, she's just like this, and you hit the button, and then it just materializes. They don't even do like a cheap animation like they did in Dark Souls, where the character pretends they're picking something up by just moving the hand, not bending down and picking it up. That you don't have to have all those kind of animations, but like if you look at this, it doesn't look terrible, but it does look like this could be a remaster of a decent looking PlayStation 2 game. This looks like it could be an upscaled, lazy remaster of a PS3 game at times. I'm just not getting that Unreal Engine 5 super visuals feel from this game. Some stuff looks better than others, but that inconsistency in the quality, the visual quality, isn't helping it. You'd almost rather it be consistent across the board, like, because when you start to see things that look really good, then the things that don't look good look so much worse by comparison. For example, they did not put in enough effort on her, in my opinion. She looks okay, but her animations, everything else, just look kind of very simple and basic. Like, if you compare her movements to Eve in Stellar Blade, no comparison. No comparison. But like I said, that's not the most fair comparison, because the developers of Stellar Blade put in a ton of effort and were very specific about wanting Eve to look amazing and to put in all the resources necessary. So did I get it? I don't know what happened. That was one of their dedicated points for that game. Not all games can do that. Not all developers can spend a lot of money on the main character, making the main character look that amazing, have such fluid animations. But it's just really fun to play Stellar Blade and watch as she moves, whatever she's wearing. It doesn't matter what she's wearing, just to see how fluid and awesome looking and smooth her movement is throughout the world. Okay, so I can't lock on. It looks like a lock on, but it's actually a little thingy to indicate you can talk to him.
No, please don't eat me.
Please don't eat me is not how you start a conversation.
I'll only give you indigestion.
That was weird. I couldn't skip the first line. I tried. Also, she does not appear to have a voice. Whatever, dude. If you're going to give me something, give it to me, okay? You going to give me something or not? Yep, bamboo shoot. Why can't I skip this one? It says A skip. I'm trying. It doesn't work. You can't hold it either. That does nothing. Don't tell me I can skip something if I can't skip it. Little things like that do kind of indicate the bigger picture on the quality of a game. attention to detail is important, especially if it makes the world look and feel more alive. Like, I know, you know, I have a friend who's really into games, but, you know, we were talking about Avowed and how everything in the world is static, and he's like, well, do you really care to move a plate around on a table? Not necessarily just to move a plate on a table, but when you're playing Skyrim and stuff can be knocked off tables and bookshelves, and you can Fusro Da a bunch of books off of a bookshelf and things like that, it just makes the world feel better. It feels more fun to be in. It feels more alive. It feels more interactable because it is. And that ultimately does make a difference. It does change the way it feels. It feels like there's something more there. Whereas when you play a game where everything is just static, it doesn't feel as fun. Like the world feels more. Okay, we got a panda here. Is he gonna say anything? Okay, I gotta. Oh, okay. He's not gonna say anything, but we just instinctually know we can buy something from him. Okay. We can get the steam-powered spear. Steam-powered. Is that a reference to Valve's Steam? Because the Steam website is called steampowered.com. Because they could not get the rights to steam.com, even though they offered, I've been told they offered the person who had that domain name a lot of money, but they wouldn't give it up for whatever reason. I've never gone to steam.com. I don't even know what it is. Maybe a steam cleaning company, carpet steamers. Okay, I'll take it. It's the only thing I can buy with the one bamboo shoot I have here. Oh, okay. Interesting. That actually I like, because you know how there's so many games where there's like little bonfires, there are torches, there's whatever, and you can just walk on top of them and nothing happens. You just stand on the fire and it's like it's not even there. I like that if you touch the fire, it does damage her, but it does so little damage you can barely see the health bar move. That's kind of cool. So that makes the world a little more interactable, if that's a way to even say that. All right, Panda Man doesn't want to talk to us. He just wants to sell. He just wants his bamboo shoots to eat. Whoops. There does appear to be fall damage, by the way, so you can't just freely fall as much as you want. Oh, the storyteller is asleep. And you can't attack any of the non-hostile NPCs that I've encountered so far. Believe me, I've tried. I know that can kind of screw some stuff up in a playthrough, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it. I can always start over. I'm not very far in. Okay, so like I said before, a lot of dead ends in this game. I mean, there's stuff in most of the dead ends, but now I still don't know where to go.
Life's cycle moves on.
Who's talking?
I pleaded for guidance, only to be met with silence.
Oh, I actually got a feather for killing it.
Fate,
Well, it wasn't him talking, because he's dead and the voice is still talking.
unchangeable, is the end of my journey but a fleeting dream?
This door doesn't open from this side. You know, at this point in my gaming career, I'm getting really, really fracking tired of encountering so many doors and Souls-likes and getting the message doesn't open from this side. I get it, it's a shortcut, but man, when you're trying to figure out where to go and every freaking door you encounter is either locked or doesn't open from that side, it does kind of get annoying. It gets annoying very fast. I'd almost rather they have nothing here, but if I come around the other side, then I can interact with it to open it. Why even let me interact with it when there's nothing to be done on this side? It's telling me it's a shortcut. I'll see it's a shortcut when I'm on the other side. Just don't even let me interact with it. Because it's that false hope of, oh, this is the way to go. Click on it. Does not open from this side. Yeah, well, frack you too, buddy. All right, did I already go this way? I think so. See, already not liking this whole can't figure out where to go thing. I don't know if this bird is supposed to be leading me and where to go. I can't get him when he's up there with my normal attacks. Oh, there we go. Give me that feather. The first bird I killed, I actually threw a flying dagger at him. I don't remember getting the feather, but maybe I did. Yeah, I've already been through here. Oh, boy. I guess I could put some pants on. Yeah, see, there's nowhere to go here either. All these paths and nowhere to go. All these options, devs, and you chose dead ends. I died there last time, so maybe we shouldn't do that again. All right, we'll go look for another way. But let me tell you something. Her hip sway, very pronounced. It's just like whoo, 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 whoo. A bit extreme, but not totally unrealistic, I guess. We do know that biologically, because women's pelvises are shaped differently, women do have more of a hip sway when they move. It's not a learned trait. It's not something society teaches them. It's based on the structure of their bones and how they come together. Did you know that there are biological differences between men and women? What's a woman? Okay, I guess there's enemies in here we could fight, but that one dude had a crap ton of health, remember? He could withstand 2 full, like, just crazy, insane sessions of the 3-point axe attacks and still not die. I don't know where I've been. Games like this, everything starts to look the same, you know? Blessed by the primordial deity. That sounds sacrilegious. That's not Christian. The high priest has procured healing elixirs. His elder brother will distribute them, one for each soul. Let no discord arise in these trying times. Flavor text, I guess. All right, this is a new area. Okay. Oh boy, this frame rate, man. The performance on this game does suck. That's probably why it's getting mostly negative. Have you guys seen these Steam reviews for this game? I hit that button by mistake, I promise you.
Here, you what? Look, thankfully, he even and that off here.
So, I do want to know how he managed to give me that item through a closed door. Did he slip it under the crack in the door? What is with this whole, like, talking to NPCs through doors and windows? I think, did From Software start that? I don't know. It is weird. Like, you're talking to an NPC through, like, a window in Bloodborne, or a door in this game, but you can't see them. You never see them. You just hear the voice. So, is that a stylistic choice? Are they just being lazy and they're trying to avoid, like, you know, creating another character? They don't want to 3D model an additional character for a short segment. Didn't even have a chance to use the visceral attack. That's not what it's called. That's just what I'm calling it, okay? Come on, get him! So, yeah, just like Bloodborne, you have to hit him with a charged up attack from behind, or do a whole bunch of charged up attacks or something. Then you can also get that. It's basically you're causing them to become off balance. Oh, it's that kind of game where they break through walls with no indication whatsoever, and you just, like, beginner's trap. Haha, we gotcha. So now every time I walk next to a wall, what am I supposed to do? Like, dash backwards, dodge every time I walk next to a wall? It's kind of like in Dark Souls 2. Tanimura pulled that bullshit where at one point there's like a door or wall or something that just smashes open and out comes one of those big golem things that just grabs you and starts eating you. Garbage. Garbage design, in my opinion. There's the only way, the only thing you can do is get suckered into it the first time and then try to remember from then on out. No indication it was going to happen. There's no way to predict it. It's just a beginner's trap. I think those suck, especially in a game that's supposed to be all about skill. I'm not saying you should be able to get through the whole game never taking any damage on your first run. But those sort of like beginner sucker punch traps, not fun. I don't know anybody that enjoys those. Hey, I was playing the Souls game, and then for no reason whatsoever, with no indication, this enemy just busted through a wall and attacked me, and I died, and I found that really cool. Difficulty. When people talk about artificial difficulty, that's way up on the list. Oh, wait, what's her? Did she put her leg, like, way up on that thing, or did I just see wrong? Yeah, look at that. That's, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Oh, I was going to take a screenshot, but I just realized I can't take a Steam screenshot in Xbox PC Game Pass. Okay, another nitpick. A lot of games do this, so you can kind of forgive it. You get used to it. But when games create barriers that the character could easily just, like, step over or briefly just climb over, like, if I really wanted to get in there, which obviously there's nothing in there because that's why it's a barrier, she would so easily be able to just lift her leg up and step over it or just climb over it. Dark Souls 2 was notoriously bad. They'd have this like 1 foot platform in front of the character, and that's a barrier that you can't cross. Yes, I often use Dark Souls 2 as an example of how not to do a Souls-like. It did so much shit wrong. So much shit wrong. I passionately hate Tanimura's design philosophy. And then, when he had more time to do what I thought would be to try to fix the game and do the whole Scholar of the First Sin edition, I thought, okay, this is Tanimura's chance. I know he inherited a mess from Shibuya, but here's his chance to prove himself. He's got more time. He's going to fix the game up. He's going to make it better. No. Tanimura fracked it all up. Even worse. Scholar of the First Sin managed to be even worse than the base game in almost every way that it was changed. You'll notice that after Dark Souls 2, you haven't heard much about Tanimura, have you? They're not really pushing him out there anymore. They're not talking about any other games he's directing, are they? There's a reason why. Doesn't open from this side. Oh boy. Please, can we stop doing this? Time wasters. Like I said, just don't even make it interactable. Don't put an interaction point there. There is literally nothing you can do with that point of interaction. There's no item you can get. You can interact with it from the other side, but there's no way to interact with that on this side to do anything of value other than be frustrated that you can't progress. So don't put anything on it. Just let us find it on the other side. The compass turns as you pan the camera view. Oh, okay. Yes, watch the compass. Okay, I get it. Watch it. So, what? What's what direction? Why does it slowly catch up to me? Do I need to wait for it to stop rotating to know what direction I'm going? That's annoying. I mean, yeah, it's more like a real compass, but who wants to, like, turn and be like, okay, what direction am I facing? I gotta wait for a few seconds. Not cool. Don't like that at all. That's just, like, an annoying delay. Like I said, yeah, more realistic, but more fun? No. Okay, it looks like these are not enemies. All right, let's talk to this young lady.
Silence, disciples. Say no more. The underground palace. I should never have led you all there. The Trinity Bell.
Obviously, she's going crazy. So, oh, let's give him the golden bell.
That's a fine piece of work. It took quite the effort to get this out from the treasure.
Not a big deal that their mouths don't move. Similar to like Dark Souls, Demon Souls. Their mouths didn't move in those games.
Most folk
But,
hey, if you
you know, Dark Souls, Demon Souls 2009, Dark Souls 2011, standards and expectations do kind of change. So nowadays, to have a character be as detailed as they are, to be able to clearly see their face, and, you know, what resolution am I running? I can't remember. 1440p, 4K, and have the character talk but not have them move their mouth at all, might seem a bit kind of lazy nowadays. I can buy something I already have on Equilibrium blades. On Equilibrium. A normal game would go with Equilibrium blades, but these are on Equilibrium blades. Golden Bandit's cap, Golden Bandit robes. Now, these outfits don't look like anything I'd want to see her wearing. They look like men's outfits. That looks crap. Okay. Topaz Lotus Seed. I don't think that's a real thing. Is it? Emerald Lotus Seed? It's probably not. Purple Camellia. That sounds like it could be a real thing, but I don't know if camellias come in purple. Mine Lotus Seed. Pretty sure it's not a real thing. Fire Pot. I guess you could make that a real thing. Increases stamina recovery speed during Skyborn Might. Yeah, there are conditional states you can be in this game, which, you know, as you guys know, not a big fan of conditional states, where you have to be like in a certain condition for some bonus to apply, and it's always temporary. Those can often be the most powerful ways to blast through a game if you know how to utilize them properly. I'm just not a fan. I prefer passive bonuses that are always there. Stuff I can always rely on. It's always going to be part of my character build. Not something I have to just depend on under a certain specific situation.
What treasures do you have for me today? Let me make an assessment. Oh, well.
I had a copper jug for him. I didn't even know I had a copper jug.
Dutanga's
Where'd I get the copper jug?
quite the
Who gave
wit,
me
I
the copper
must
jug?
say. Oh, but don't let his graphic exterior fool you. He's got a soft spot for romance.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Dutanga had a thing for the actress Feng Xiaowa. He was quite fond of her,
Feng Xiaowa.
but he was already married and had twins. But did that stop him? Not in the slightest. He was there daily. When chaos erupted in town, Dutanga kidnapped her, left those poor kids without parents. Ah, what a cruel twist of fate.
All right, when we get to the next save point, I think we'll be done just for now. This is kind of more of a test stream, getting me back into the habit of stream. Bamboo lantern, used to awaken the fireflies inside and light the lantern to use again to extinguish it. So it's just a lantern? Hey, main Ace Chase. Ace Chase, I like that. Chase from Paw Patrol. So they copied Elden Ring's menus. Some of those assets look identical. Oh, do they? It's been so long since I played Elden Ring. That looks like it could look kind of cool. I do not want to put a mask on her like that. That looks ugly. Prayer beads. Prayer beads made out of human eyes. That's cool. I would love... I would just love to pray by fiddling with human eyeballs. That sounds fun. That would be a good thing to do for Halloween, I guess. Holy crap. This game's intense. You know what's always intense? Camping. Think about it. Robes made of gilded blue silk, an imitation of what monks usually wear. So it looks like the only thing you wear is the mask and the robe. I guess I can buy it. I don't know. Whatever. I'll buy it just because, you know, let's put something on her. She's running around in her skimpies, guys. She's embarrassed. Oh, yeah. There we go. Not bad. Not a fan of the outfits in general. They kind of all look like tattered robes. They all look like they've been ripped and torn and kind of dirty. And maybe that fits the aesthetic, but... You know, I'm coming fresh off of Stellar Blade on PC. I'm used to, like, nice outfits. You know what I mean? Am I having any performance issues? Absolutely. Yes. I'm noticing it's definitely not running the way it should. Unfortunately, your options are either DLSS or TSR. So if I put it on TSR, looks a little blurrier. I see some smearing, especially when I move the camera like this. DLSS, I think, looks better. I'd like to have some other options in those two. And then oversampling resolution is set to 59. I guess I'll move it up to 60. So really, I shouldn't have to have lowered that. Volumetric fog is mid. I lowered shadow quality. I don't see a motion blur option, so that's a huge negative on their part. It looks like there may be a level of motion blur applied, so I'm probably going to go into the INI files and see if I can just disable motion blur. Because as we all know, here at the Gaming, Grifting, and Gooning Brigade, no real gamer uses motion blur. They do allow you to turn off, what is it? Oh, no, they don't. I'm thinking of another game I just played. So it definitely has performance problems. Definitely has performance problems. I'm on a 4080 Super with an AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, which is like basically considered the best gaming CPU out there, unless they came out with their next gen one. I don't know if they have yet. Whoop, haven't been keeping track. 32 gigs or 64 gigs of RAM. I can't remember which one I have. Maybe 64, but that shouldn't matter, the system RAM. And it's of course on an SSD. You can't not SSD these bad boys nowadays. If you have a modern gaming PC and you're running on an actual hard disk drive, a spinning disk drive, you're insane. What are you doing, man? Get an SSD. Not talking to you, Chase, obviously. I know you would never play any of these games on an SSD. I mean, yeah, sure. I guess if you're playing like emulation and you have all that stuff stored on a second drive or third drive and it's spinning disk, even then, why would you have a spinning disk at all? I don't have a spinning disk anywhere in any of my computers in my house. I built 3 computers. One is a bedroom computer, a media computer, a living room computer for media, and then my gaming computer in here. None of them have spinning disk drives. Yeah, when are we going to move past this you know, fracking Unreal Engine 5 on optimized? Oh, we use nanite and you know, lumen. It has nanite and lumen. Isn't that exciting? No, because this wonderful nanite and lumen is barely running at 60 on extremely expensive, powerful hardware, and they don't see a problem with that. Stop telling people to upgrade their powerful graphics card to the most powerful in the world. I mean, people with 4090s, or 5090s rather, are probably having performance issues as well. That doesn't do anything. Let's go up here to Enter the Dream. Let me tell you what I think this is. Game devs are being pressured by publishers to get those games out faster. More games in less time should equal more money, as long as the games sell. So assuming the games sell as well, having gone under less production or over less time, assuming that less dev time leads to game coming out sooner, leads to money, and then next game coming out faster, it makes sense for a publisher to push them to do that. But then what do? They got to cut corners. And where do you cut corners? Well, some of the last things you do include optimizations. Optimization is often one of the last things that's done. Is at the end of it all, they start really looking hard at how to speed up some of the not just the post-processing, but all the little graphics details and how to do, you know, the LODs and things of that sort. And they start looking at, okay, what's going to give us the most bang for our buck to improve frame rate? We could do this and that. And, oh, you know what? We're rendering this, but it's actually being occluded or blocked by something in the scene, so we don't need to render that because it's not visible to the player. You don't have to render anything the player can't see, obviously. And why render something in super high detail if it's way off in the distance? That doesn't make sense either. Unreal Engine 5 has some default built-in options for optimization. Problem is, you know, this is like automatic, just cookie cutter optimization stuff. It's not the best kind of optimization, which is optimization done by hand by skilled developers who know the code and who know their game inside and out. Can only be opened with the shoe sanctum key. Oh, so I need to stick a key in this block of wood to push it. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Frack it. You just built a $2,000 PC to be able to play Monster Hunter Wilds, and like 3 updates later, and it runs like a turd again. Yes! And then, months later, they'll sometimes update a game, and it won't include anything about the abysmal performance. Look how long it took them to update Oblivion Remastered. And it really doesn't play all that better. The optimization is still garbage. How many weeks has it been since Oblivion Remastered came out? Remake, whatever they're calling it. And they still haven't fixed the optimization issues. They've had so much time to work on that. It shows they don't care anymore. Oh, is it stuttering constantly? Even after shader pre-compilations? Is it running at a low frame rate? Even with upscaling and frame gen? Suck it, losers. That's just what you have to live with. You're saying that Sony is sabotaging PC games. So I think what's actually happening here is that when they have one piece of hardware to optimize for, with, you know, the Sony's PlayStation 5 Pro, obviously, the second one, but that's pretty easy to scale up from that. They're also using upscaling on the Sony systems, and they can very easily test that and play it on a PlayStation 5 and go, oh, this isn't performing great. Let's try to do a few things here. So what oftentimes they'll do is lower some settings that don't affect the visuals too much, but still look good enough, and then allow them to get better performance. Whereas on PC, they'll leave in a bunch of garbage, and even if you try to turn all this stuff down, it's still not performing as well because of garbage like Nanite and Lumen, and a lot of games force it on. There's no ray tracing options in here, so is there some level forced on? We know ray tracing is a scam. NVIDIA renamed their entire line of graphics cards RTX to stand for ray tracing, and it's garbage. It rarely ever looks that great. If it does look good, it doesn't look that much better, and it tanks your performance hard. We have games that on the most powerful hardware in the world cannot run high ray tracing at 60 frames a second at 1440p, much less 4K. So who the hell are these games made for? The hardware doesn't exist that can run it. One thing you should always do, make sure ray tracing is turned off. It is almost never worth it. Okay, I wasn't expecting a boss up. Oh, because this was a safe zone initially. Oh, shoot. I gotta figure out how to do this. Take that, stupid priest. Okay. Alright, does maintaining distance work on this guy like it did the other guy? Oh, that still hit me even though it was off to the side, but I get it, it had an area of effect on it. He is going up in the air where I can't see him. Oh, I tried to dodge, but he still got me. This might... Oh, we're doing that grab attack, slowly drain your health bullshit. I hate that. It's just like, stop wasting my time. I have no control over my character. All I can do is sit there and watch my health go down. Just have them grab me, have all the health go down at once, and then let go. That way I can get control of my character. It's annoying to sit there and watch your character just helplessly get, like, drained of health. Just take all the health away at once and then get me back in the fight. Yes. Investors, third parties that care nothing about games and know nothing about games are a major problem in the industry, because to a certain degree the money is needed for these budgets that are way, way overboard. A lot of games are just so overproduced. They keep making these super fancy cutscenes that many gamers just skip. And even if the cutscenes look amazing, who cares? We're here to play a game. I'm not here to watch a movie. If I want to watch a movie, I'd watch a movie. I don't boot up a game to watch a movie. What do I look like, a Kojima fan? I get it. Kojima was rejected by Hollywood, but that doesn't mean he has to subject us to his pretentious, convoluted, nonsensical storylines that he wished he could turn into movies, but he can't because they won't accept him as a director. All right. Okay, I feel like I'm dodging right before it, but it just still hits me anyway. So I guess I got to dodge a little earlier. The game likes doing the... Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button because I'm swapping between games. Okay, apparently you need to dodge significantly before an attack lands. The controls are not, like, tight. Yeah, see? I purposely dodged a little earlier than what felt comfortable or natural, and I don't like that at all. I don't like the timings at all. It just doesn't feel, like, tight and accurate. Okay, we're doing this bullshit grab attack. You just set the controller down and go get a bite to eat during this time frame. Go make yourself a tea. The solution to all these... The solution for the need for investors is to stop overproducing on the games. I remember there was one developer talking about how expensive the cutscenes were to make. And I'm like, we don't care about the cutscenes. Stop wasting money on this stupid garbage we don't care about. In most games, the story isn't interesting enough for me to watch the cutscene. So I just skip it. And you spent, how many millions of dollars on these cutscenes? Just for so many of your gamer audience to skip it entirely, to not care in the least? They need to stop wasting money on stuff that doesn't matter. Okay, I cannot get used to how early you have to dodge. It just feels so off. I'm getting, like, heavy, sort of, like, Lords of the Fallen reboot vibes. Just, I don't like the feel, the timing. It just doesn't... Oh, the grab attack again. I swear, these silly grab attacks that just waste 5, 7, 8, 10 seconds. Why? Why do these developers keep putting that garbage in games? Garbage. They need to stop doing it. That and the enemy jumps out of a wall completely unexpectedly and grabs you and attacks you and kills you. And I'm like, these beginner traps are so lame. They're so lame. No one's impressed by it. No one finds it fun. It's not interesting. It's just a beginner's trap that's going to catch everybody, drain their health, and then they're going to have to remember the spot where the jump surprise attack occurs. Come up with different ideas, developers. Don't just copy each other's shitty ideas. Yeah, that... Oh my gosh. I cannot get used to how early you have to dodge. It just doesn't feel right. Oh, I did dodge it. Okay. And it keeps switching my weapon. Why does it switch my weapon? That happened in the last boss fight. My weapon keeps switching when I do... I don't even know what it... Oh... It's got some... It puts some status effect on me that drains my health. Is this going to be one of those games where you have to deal with some bullshit status effects that constantly stack on you and drain your health? That was some garbage that Liza P liked to do. Really drags down the experience. We have this thing called corruption, and it's purple. and when it hits you, it like slowly drains your health. That's poison. It's just poison. You renamed poison, you changed green to purple, and you came up with a fancy, different sounding word. It's just poison. All you did was just rename poison. It works the exact same way that poison has worked in every other game that's ever had it. And so then you get to do that really fun thing where you have to find the item that cures the status effect and then put it on your hotbar and then quickly cycle to that item and try to cast it or use it real quick to heal yourself and then go back, only for the boss to reapply the status effect again. So you got to go back to the item, but then you're dying on the boss because they made the boss really hard because, you know, souls, because difficulty. And then, you know, you use them all up, so then you got to go grind some enemies for currency to go buy more of the item that heals the status effect. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of these enemies that put status effects that drain your health on you, or status effects that drain your weapon durability, or slow you down, or... Ooh, boy. It's like you gotta dodge 5 minutes before the enemy's attack would land. I wonder if I can just spam dodge. Well, see, I dodged... Oh, my gosh. She's so slow to react to anything. And then I got this bullshit status effect. I gotta be honest, I'm really getting those... And I really appreciate the director for the new Lords of the Fallen and the direction he's gone. I have tried to like that game 4 different times, starting over, picking different builds. I just can't stand the timings on it. I can't stand the timings on it. I can't stand the movesets. I can't stand the sluggish feeling of the movement. Even after he updated, it's better. I just can't stand it. This game is giving me those vibes. I really don't feel like I'm going to bother going much farther in it. It's just, I'm not impressed by the visuals so much. The character doesn't even look that impressive. It feels sluggish and kind of slow to play. Long, boring wind-ups. Even, like, this... I'm going to hit RB once and watch what happens. This is really annoying. Watch. 1 hit. She attacks twice in a row. So watch what happens if I hit it twice. 5 attacks, pressing RB 2 times. Now, watch what's going to happen if you try to charge an attack on a boss. You think very many bosses will let you get away with all of those attacks all in a row without hitting you before you finish your animation? I don't think these developers think about how long the attack animations are and how much time enemies will give you before they attack you. So if the enemy's going to attack you, almost for sure, in a time frame that's less than the time it takes you to finish your charged attack, then you could virtually never use a charge attack without taking damage, essentially nullifying the value of the charge attack. I guess I could try a spear. Let's see. Okay, I think this sword allows me to attack once. Yeah. That's a better moveset. If I hit RB 1 time, I really just want 1 attack. I don't want 2 or 3. I just want 1. 1 tap, 1 attack. 1 tap, 1 attack. It's pretty simple concept, I thought. I don't know. I can't think of who developed this, but I guess they think differently. Oh, yes. And the other thing about this game that I've heard complaints about are all the delayed attacks. They pulled that Dark Souls 2 level bullshit of delayed attacks to try to trick you to parry or to dodge too early. I passionately hate delayed attacks. They're basically just silly gotcha attacks. Let me swing my sword back. I'm going to hold it here for 4 seconds and then swing it at you. I'm trying to just practice timing here, but the timings on this game are garbage in my opinion. Garbage. And then when he goes up in the air, he goes out of sight of the camera while I'm locked on. Watch. Watch if he goes up in the air sometimes. He can actually leave my sight range, so I can't see what he's doing. Oh, he's not going to do it? Oh, right there, see? At some points he can go hot. Yep, see? I mean, he goes above me and I can't see him. You can't angle the camera very far up or down. Because I was trying to look down off of a cliff, and I was surprised how limited the camera movement is. Is that so you can't, like, angle the camera to look up a skirt or some nonsense? I doubt it. Oh my god, the delay on that spear says developer tryhard mode. Again, I just cannot get used to that garbage timing. I'm dead. I know we said we'd end the stream at the last save point, but I figured I'd have to try this boss a few times. Yes, Elden Ring does it. All the new Souls games are all into the delayed attacks because it's the latest trend of, well, the players are getting good at Souls games and they're finding the combat satisfying, fair, and balanced. So in order for us to make the combat feel unfair, unsatisfying, and frustrating, let's have the enemy draw the sword back and then he just holds there for a little bit and then he swings. Because that's natural. That's what you do in a real fight. Can you imagine watching a boxing match and they're boxing each other and the guy goes like this? Now I got you. I mean, come on. It's silly. These delayed attacks are stupid. They're silly. They feel unnatural. And their only purpose, they're simply designed to trick the player. Not to make the fight more balanced or fun or interesting or challenging necessarily. It's simply to trick the player into getting hit so the player dies because difficulty. I like to say that, but again, Dark Souls 2 was that key moment where we realized that when someone who doesn't understand what truly makes a Souls game good directs a Souls-like game, in this case an actual Souls game, they frack it up. They screw it up because they confuse the purpose of Souls games as hard and difficult. Miyazaki himself, in an interview, clarified that it's not about the game being hard, it's about the game's challenge, making the player have to get better, overcome it, and then feel the satisfaction of overcoming the challenge. Anybody can make a game hard. I mean, I could make a game where it's a Souls game and you die in one shot, and the boss has 16 hit combos where you have to block and dodge and parry 16 hits all in a row. And you have to hit them 7,200 times. Yeah, it'd be difficult. But is it fun? Is it balanced? Is it fair? And of course, you got all the simps out there who always simp for the devs, who are like, oh, get good. The game's perfect, man. If you screwed up, it's on you. The game is never bad. Those are the same people complaining about all the bugs in Bethesda's games. And I should be like, oh, your quest broke and you can't complete the game? Get good, scrub. I'm kind of half trying here, but I'm also just testing out, like, timings and not liking it. I mean, I might keep playing, but, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't like that where the character disappears when you're against the wall, but it's like half disappeared, so it's like blocking your view, but you can't fully see the character. Just either have the character disappear or not. Don't partially block my view with a half transparent character model. That doesn't do any good for anyone. Oh yeah, that's useful. I can sort of see the boss and sort of see myself. That move, I just cannot get used to how early you have to dodge from it. Oh, once the corruption stacks, it's like just end it. It's over. Just gonna drain your health forever. Oh, dead. Yeah, this might be one of those games where you just gotta look up cheese tactics or something. I will say the biggest danger in developers who've never made a Souls-like before making a Souls-like is that Tanimura mistake. And I always use Tanimura because I think he's absolute utter garbage when it comes to making a Souls game. I don't know if he could do a good job making other games, but as far as development principles and what he produced, I passionately cannot stand what he made in Dark Souls 2. He just created absolute, in many ways, absolute garbage. Messed up so much of what made Souls what it was. Totally failed to understand the basic concept of what makes a Souls game good. And a lot of developers, when they make their first Souls game, get confused the same way Tanimura did. Tanimura tried to create encounters to make sure that the player would die. That's not the point. That's not the purpose of a Souls game. If you're creating a Souls game and your thought process is, okay, how can I make sure that the player dies in this case? Or how can I make sure that a lot of players die here? You've got it all backwards. The point is to have a fun, interesting challenge, not kill the player. If you're trying to kill the player, make sure players die a lot, you're screwing it up. You're screwing up the basic tenet, the basic element of what makes a Souls game good. That you're never at a point where you can't win. You just have to improve your skill. You have to look at the boss, see what the boss does. Not this nonsense with can't think of his name, the last final boss of the DLC of Elden Ring, Radon or Melania, where they essentially violate their own basic rules of the game. They can animation cancel. They have like basically one frame attacks that are virtually impossible to respond to. Again, you will kill the player, but that doesn't make it good. I mean, wow. See how quickly I could just lose all my health? Maybe I missed something here, but this feels horribly balanced. Another guy who got a early... Oh, another guy. I didn't get an early code for the game, but he got a code for the game like a week early, and he played it all the way through. Oh, that's right. The madness. So as you die, madness increases, and it makes the game harder. So the game punishes you for dying to a boss that you're having trouble with by making the boss do more damage. And I think you also do more damage, but the boss does more damage, so you die faster. And you might think that just evens things out. It doesn't. If the boss is doing more damage, you're taking more damage, obviously. That means you have less opportunity to heal because the boss can one-shot you in certain combos. The game literally makes itself harder as you struggle with it. So if you show the game that you're having trouble with this boss, the game's response is, okay, we'll make it more difficult. I don't get it. That's when you start with this mindset that the purpose of a Souls game is just make it really hard and kill the player. All right, let's try this one last time. Then I'm going to go do something more fun, like pull my teeth out. Ooh, boy, I barely got that, but I think that was just partially luck. See, he's above me. I can't see him. Oh, okay. I didn't realize he did that move. Well, I dodged the first one, but can I dodge twice? Oh, you can't. So if I dodge the first spin, I then get hit by the second spin. What am I supposed to do? If I don't dodge out of the way of the first spin, the second spin will always hit me then, based on that. That's the other problem too, is these bosses that like to do the jump back, jump away, rise up into the air. You can't count on your charged up attack actually landing. Okay, I pushed to the side and rolled, and she rolled forward. I cannot believe that dodged. I thought for sure, oh, I messed that up. I dodged way too early. Nope, that worked. I felt like I dodged way too early, and it worked. It's like my brain cannot comprehend how early you have to dodge. It just doesn't feel right. Can I hit him at least once without him jumping into the air, flying backwards, jumping backwards, wasting all my charged attacks on this guy? Oh my gosh. I hit him, but only because I barely managed to get him up in the air. Yeah. Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. I would say it's more like Wuchang, Fallen Ideals. A lot of great concepts. I can see a potentially really good Souls-like here. I think it needs a lot of work. It doesn't feel like, in some ways, it doesn't feel like a completely finished, polished game. It feels like it's a little stiff at times. Her movement isn't terribly slow, but just feels sluggish. A lot of attacks have these long wind-ups. The whole hit the enemy from behind to get the special attack, yeah, but you don't have time for a lot of encounters. They move before you can charge it up. Not a fan so far. This is great as a Game Pass game because you can play it, try it out, and not buy it, not pay anything extra if you already have Game Pass, and then move on to something else. And then, like I said, the character, they just didn't put enough effort into, like, her design. Because if you look at... Oh, and then the madness also affects her. I mean, to be honest, I've seen really cheap Chinese games that have better-looking character models for the main character. But otherwise, the game is pretty cheap-looking. And plays cheaply. Yeah, I think when people say they're done with Souls-likes, I think they say they're done with mediocre Souls-likes or Souls-likes that don't get the point. I'm not sure this one... Okay, so they didn't model any extreme anatomy onto her. I mean, she looks okay, but this game doesn't come off to me as anything like Stellar Blade or whatnot. I think it was grossly over-exaggerated, or exaggerated, not over-exaggerated. I'm pulling a George Bush here. What was it? Misunderestimated or something? Hey, that's a combination. And you get that nice little jiggle there when she moves. But not like super impressed with the animations either. Not bad. I mean, it's got a lot going for it. I think some people might like it. I don't think people should take my word for it and avoid it. I think they should give it a shot. You can always refund it on Steam within that 2-hour window, or whatever the total time from the purchase, or 2 hours of playtime. Of course, if it's on Game Pass and you have Game Pass, you can just try it out. I don't think there's a demo, but if I were to play this game, if I just stumbled upon it on Steam and I played this for a little bit, I would not think this was some amazing, top-notch game that everyone was going to get excited over. I think there was a lot of excitement about the character and the outfits and all that stuff, and people in their mind were thinking Stellar Blade. This ain't it. this does feel like... You ever watch them? You ever find like a random movie when you're just scrolling through Amazon Prime or Netflix and you're like, man, I never heard of this, but I don't know, it looks kind of interesting. You start watching it, you realize it's like a B-rate movie. Is she following me with her head? No. Okay. And it's like a B-rate movie, and you're like, oh, this is not like a standard Hollywood production. This is like, it's a little lower in the budget. That's what this game feels like. It does feel a little lower budget. I don't know. It doesn't feel as high budget as, say, Black Myth Wukong. I don't know how much they spent on it. I'm just saying what it feels like. Oh, Chase, you were never a Souls fan. Really, I've been a Souls fan since Dark Souls came out. Then I went back and played Demon Souls. And played every one of them since. Except for Elden Ring. Sorry, not Elden Ring. Night Rain. Elden Ring, Night Rain. That's what I meant to say. Night Rain. I don't want a cheap flip of their own assets combined with Fortnite aesthetics or styles or whatever. It's just not aesthetics, style. I have no interest in Night Rain. I don't like the direction they're going. The Duskbloods, oh boy. Switch 2 exclusive? Really? FromSoft? Are we still doing this? It doesn't matter though, because I don't think I'd have any interest in the Duskbloods anyway. Even if the Duskbloods were coming out on PC, I don't even think I'd buy it. So, all right, interesting that instead of seeing your character, you just see full inner demon. A red outline. That looks cool. I will tell you that much. I might try it a little bit more and whatnot, just so I can get a better idea of it. And then talk about it in a video that's not live. All right. Thanks, everyone that stopped by. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate it. You kept the conversation alive since, it was just one person. But, hey, I have to build an audience. You can't start out big. You know what I mean? I'm still working my way up to Asmongold levels here. I might try multi-streaming Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and then put the chat on the screen so it looks more active. Because I do have followers on Twitch, even though I haven't been on there in a long time. I'd like to have everybody on YouTube, but I know a lot of people don't want to watch YouTube live. They want to watch Twitch. But then some people aren't on Twitch at all. They don't have the Twitch app on their phone. They'll just watch on YouTube. So there's no winning that. I guess you just have to multi-stream, which I've never done before. So I'd have to look into that. But I'd like to. I'd like to stream more. But we'll see. All right. Thanks to everyone that stopped by. Hit the like button, all that jazz. Really do appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next live stream, whenever that happens to be. I'll try to get a regular schedule going. I was thinking of doing Mondays and Thursday evenings for about 2 hours, because if I stream for too long, I don't know. It gives me a headache, man. I got these new earbuds, so I don't have to wear headphones because they make me warm, and I'm not comfortable with headphones. These are okay. They feel pretty good. Surprisingly, of all the earbuds I looked at, I actually purchased a couple and tried them out. The Sony InZone, I think they're called, buds, turned out to be the best ones. Like the best sounding to me, best fitting, had the most features that I needed. I was shocked because I did not expect it to be like a first-party Sony product designed primarily for the PlayStation. But it's also fully compatible with PC and even comes with the software. Quite surprised by it. Yeah, I should do Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. Hey, Main Ace Chase, send me a link to your YouTube channel. I'm assuming the links to your other stuff, Kick and Twitch, are on there, so I can follow you there or subscribe or whatnot if I haven't already. I may already be subscribed to you and just don't recognize your name here, but maybe not. I don't know. But send it to me. I will click it. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. And as always, my friends, stay real, keep playing, and never forget, yesterday's tomorrow is today's today. See y'all later. I just have to wake my mouse up. This is the kind of mouse that falls asleep after like 10 minutes, so you have to click a button to wake it up. Bye, everybody.